Hey y'all. Hey my jujubes. How are you guys doing today? It's Friday and I was going to get on here and record my video like I normally do, but it's late and it's gonna take a real long time for it to upload. So I just said, why not? It's Shot Friday. We could just go ahead and go live. And I also have to pick the winner for the drawing tonight as well. So I figured like we just might as well do that on live as well. So I do have my seafood just a little bit. Some simple. You might not be able to see it as well, but I'm going to talk about the book. We're going to go ahead and take our Shot Fridays. If you are new here, please don't forget to like, share, comment, and subscribe. I would greatly appreciate it. If you on here live with me, drop a hey in the comments so I know you here. But I got my shot glass, okay? And since we live, y'all, I'm going to give you all a minute so y'all can go and get y'all shot. I'm going to pour mine up over here. This is just a real passion fruit. Let's shot. I'm gonna throw it in here. How y'all feeling? It's Friday, y'all. I'm on vacation in a minute. I got 3 days next week and I'm out of here. I am beyond, maybe if I scoot it down, you can see it a little bit. I'm beyond excited, okay? I can't pull myself together. I'm so excited. So let me get my shot glass. I can feel it burn already. Can y'all feel it? Ooh-wee! Y'all got y'all shots? Okay, because I'm gonna go. I'm gonna go ahead and shower. I'm gonna go ahead. I'm gonna take it on back. So here's cheers to the weekend. Cheers to us. Up, down. Phew. That actually was kind of good though. It was real flavorful. All right, y'all. So how y'all doing? Come on, y'all. See, I got 2 viewers. Comment to me. Let me know what's up. You know, it's different when you do a live video. You feel like you want to communicate with somebody other than yourself like you normally do. So we were and still are talking about Christmas with the Okafors. But baby, let me tell y'all something real quick, a little snippet. So I'm in the Ashley and Jaquela's book club, as everybody know, and she dropped a snippet of Butterfly 4 in our emails, honey, and the group just went crazy. I can't wait for B4 to just come out because I just want to read it. I can't even go back and forth no more between characters. Like I just want to read the book and get it all in my soul. I feel like that book is gonna lift me up and then it's gonna crash. I'm gonna be sad. Okay, so I just have I literally have 1 corn, a potato and a half, and a couple pieces of shrimp. This is from yesterday because I'm not really hungry. So I said, let me just warm up my leftovers. I didn't want to get no whole new meal. I forgot my rice. So I left off yesterday. Everybody was home. Easy done came back from the hospital. And so now, you know, he said he wanted everybody to come to his house for Christmas because he felt like that's how it is always in the movies. The big families come, they hang out together. And since he's doing better, he wants the whole family. So Lonnie's in the kitchen trying to get up this really big dinner so that everybody can come over. And when I say everybody, Easy wants everybody. He want his grandpa Zeke, he want his uncle Nye, his auntie Zora, you know, Mo and the kids. He even wants everybody. He said everybody. I think I was skipping that, but he said everybody. And so Alani is kind of like on the fence because she wants her parents to come, but she hasn't spoken to them since the wedding. And even though they were at the wedding, she don't want to press the issue if they don't want to come. But at the same time, she's trying to, you know, make it cool, excuse me, y'all, for Easy and do what she told him that she was gonna do. So Now they in the kitchen preparing this meal. I know Alani, she is she expresses herself through cooking. You know, that's how she show how the love that she has. So they in the kitchen listening to Christmas music. But Bella got like the new Christmas music. She don't got like the Temptations. You know the stuff our mamas used to listen to. She don't have that. She done turned on Ariana Grande. Talking about with it Christmas. Like, girl, if we don't take it to the Temptations and them, Nat King Cole, we need the old school soulful Christmas music. So that's what Alani asked, like, what kind of music is this? Be like, this is music, like this is hip hop music. And then it was like, this is hip hop pop bop. Like, this is not what I want to listen to on Christmas. And so she's like, we need some Temptation. So we'll be here grooving. And then but B was like, Morgan was like, hip hop pop, Nanny. She's like, that's right. And they like, so what you want to hear, Nanny? And so Ethic was like, not this shit. Like, we don't want to, this is not what we want to hear. So they turn on some music or whatever, and Ethic and Nanny get up in the middle of the kitchen and they the dancing, you know, spinning around, showing all type of Christmas love to each other. And at the time she want to hear some Motown. If it ain't no Motown, she don't want to hear it. And Lonnie said, we'll play whatever we need to play so that they can keep on helping me do all this food here in this kitchen. They get to dancing and spinning around, you know, and they're like, boy, don't play. So he tell Alani, like, smack her lips. He like, oh, I know you know. And she's like, boy, ain't nobody worried about you. Like, I'm trying to make sure this food and stuff get done. So they get to dancing around for a little while. You know, they get to dance for the whole song. And at the end of the song, Nanny was like, you can't nobody tell me nothing about you, Ezra Okafor. And you know, Nanny and Ethic, they spent a lot of time together. Even though she was unconscious for most of the time, he was pouring his whole soul out to her. So she got to thank for him too, just like Alani do. It's not that kind of thing. So they get done dancing. And so he pulls Alani into the living room. And he just kind of asks, like, you know, is it okay? Are you okay? Do you want your parents to come? Like, I can kind of sense a little bit of hesitation in you. She like, you know, I just want to do whatever for Easy, you know. And he like, hey, Easy is a kid. And if you are unsettled and you really don't want your family members to come, I can explain to him why they're not here. He like, well, she like, well, if they want to come, you know, if they want to see me. And he could sense that she was kind of like, you know, going back to that childhood where her mom and her daddy dropped the ball 1 minute they there, 1 minute they not. So he was like, don't worry about it. You know, I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to take care of it for you. And so she's like, okay. And he's like, I got to make a run and I'll be right back. And she's like, okay, you know, hurry up back to me. I love you. And she said, okay. She said, if they clean and if they miss her, then she wants them there. And so, like I said, that's something that Alani has been dealing with her parents, her whole childhood, as far as them coming in and out of her life, being available for her, whatever the case may be. So, that's when he told her, like, I'll handle it, you know, I'll be back. So she's like, okay. He asked her, how your leg feeling? She's like, it's doing a lot better. Only when I try to move, you know, move too much or do too much stuff, do it really bother me. He's like, okay, that's good. So he's like, I'll be back. And she's like, okay. And then I think he said, you love me, no? And she said, more than anything. And so he went on ahead and he left. And so he said, sorry, before he left, he said, I serve you, Alani Okafor. She said, and you serve me well, Ezra Okafor. They just so cute together. I think I'm so glad that he got his happy ending when it comes to love. So he leaves and he goes to, I done got something on my computer. He goes to try to find her mom and her dad. So he was wondering how come, he hasn't heard from her. Her mom name is Joe. Um, he was wondering how come after the wedding he hadn't heard anything from her. And he figured like, well, maybe she just didn't want to be bothered, or maybe something happened. But she addicted to drugs, and so he was like, maybe she might have relapsed or whatever. So he went to, I guess he must have found out where she was at, and went to like this AA meeting that she was going to, and she was up there. Nope, I went too fast. I got too excited. Right before that, though, he went and met up with Nair. Him and Nair had a conversation about him coming to the Christmas dinner and bringing Zeke and bringing Zora, whatever, and letting him, telling him to go ahead and bring his mom. He was like, you can bring your mom. Like, my beef ain't with your mom. Like, it's with my dad or whatever. I am flinging stuff everywhere. He was like, I'm glad that you're giving him a chance. I've been excited to get to know my big brother, and I think that it's a good thing that you've been, getting to know, extending the hand or the olive branch for you to be able to get to know our dad or whatever. So then it goes to Joy. Well, not Joy, but her name Joe. It goes to Joe at um at the meeting. Oh, I forgot to tell y'all that Nair Ethic was playing basketball and they bet some money and Nair lost. And so now he had to put some money into the account for the kids. So um so then it goes to if y'all hear something outside, it's the fireworks. Um so her mama's name is Joe, like Joi. So a lot of people call her Joy, but she said it's really supposed to be Joe. But for book purposes, we're gonna call her Joy because that's what it's saying in the book. So you go to Joy, and she's at a like a meeting, like a addiction meeting or whatever the case may be, rehab. I don't know if I should call it rehab, but she's at a meeting. And she's basically telling them that she's an addict and that her daughter got married. And she was happy, but at the same time, she was jealous that she didn't receive her happily ever after. She was like, my daughter was getting married and I should have been happy for her. And I should have been rejoicing and been overjoyed. She was like, but I was just jealous and mad, asking God, like, well, why you ain't give me my happy ending? So she basically said like she relapsed after that because she wasn't good to Lanika, is what she called her, or Nika. She was like, and it just was too much. So when she went to sit down, Ethic had went over there to her and was basically like, you know, your daughter needs you in so many words, and she won't really ask for you, but we having a Christmas dinner, and I want you to be available or whatever. But I only want you if you clean. But when she was up there, she had revealed that when Alani was little, she let people abuse her, men, while she was young, so just so she could get high. And so Ethic had a hard time really listening to that because he wanted to body her mama. Like, I don't care if you her mama or not, like, you gotta go because I don't want nobody that caused no type of harm to my baby, the love of my life. Like, I want to lay you out. But because you made her and brought her to me, I got kind of like it's like a catch-22. Like, I'm glad that you had her for me, but I want to off you for what you let people do to her. So when she got off the stage, that's when he told her, like, you can get clean, you can come back around. And she was telling him, like, I ain't no good for Lanika because even though, I say what I say right now, she was like, I will be willing to risk it all and be with you just to hurt her. She's like, and that's crazy. He's like, well, you ain't never got to worry about that because I'm never going to do that to my wife. Like, I'm never going to put myself in a situation to lose her. So you don't got to worry about that. Like, that's never going to happen. But as far as like getting clean and being what you need to be for her, I'll intervene in that manner. I'll let you around and I'll take care of what needs to be taken care of. so that you can be around for her because she needs you. Like she want to have children, and I think that she should be able to have you around because you're her mom. She should be able to, you know, celebrate that type of thing with the woman who birthed her. She was like, and he was like, and I think she need that. Like, and you need to be around for that. And so she was listening, and she was telling him, that she done tried before, and a lot of that stuff. So, she got a smart mouth too, though. But that's when he told her, like, you like wasting my time. And she was like, I ain't asked you to make yourself available to me, so I ain't wasting nothing that I ain't asked for. And so eventually she agreed to, you know, go to counseling or whatever for Lanika, Alani. I just got water in here. So, that she had told him like she deserves somebody much better than me. And that's when Ethel was like, but she don't have no choice. Like, you are her mom. She can't pick. But as messed up as it might be, she wants you. So the part that messed me up is that her mama was trying to convince Ethel, like, I can have you if I want to. She was like, she don't need that, but I'm sure if that's who you really are, she misses you for a reason. He's like, you were shrunk out for so long, I don't even think you know who you are anymore. He's like, but the shit will never happen. He said, you sabotaging her life, messing with her husband, taking what's hers. I don't like that type of harm come her way. And she was like, every man has a weak woman. He was like, not. She said, every man has a weak moment. He said, not her man. You heard what he said. So, he did tell, like, I think you need to give this thing a real try. And she said, well, come on, we got to do this before I change my mind. So she agreed. So on the other side of the room, Blue was in there because, you know, Blue, she used to be a drug addict. And she was kind of like hiding from Ethic because she didn't want Ethic to see her, even though Ethic didn't know who Blue was. Messiah never made sure, he always made sure that the two never crossed, or that they never had an opportunity to see each other, or that they would run across each other, or whatever the case may be. So she was still tucked away, and she said she was glad that Messiah had kept it that way, so that if she was to ever run into him, he wouldn't have to ask her a million questions about where Messiah is or what he was doing, or if he was going to try to get back at Messiah and do something to Blue. So she was kind of glad that he kept them separate in that sense. But while she was, you know, she was saying she was so glad for that, and she was waiting for her turn. I guess it's kind of like her way of keeping herself clean. But she had a baby. Blue was pregnant with Messiah's baby, and they had a baby, and the baby's name is MJ. And she described about how she didn't know she was pregnant until the day that Messiah had died, and she passed out, and that's when she found out that she was pregnant. And here she was, almost, well, some months later, and she has a baby. Okay. Miss said she tried to explain to Ima what happened, and that completely ended them, because he's like, you know, no. Having a baby by your best friend. She had a baby. So Blue had Messiah's son. His name is MJ. And now, mind you, Blue had his son, and Morgan had a set of twins by him, and one that passed away. But nobody knows that Blue has a baby right now. So that was kind of like, Like, what are we gonna do with that tidbit of information? So now Ethic is on to try to find Cecil, which is Alani's father, to tell him about coming over for Christmas dinner or whatever the case may be. And so Ethic told him, like, you a hard man to find. He was like, I didn't know nobody was looking. And then and so he told Ethic, like, you ain't gotta size me up. I'm clean. Like, I got everything going on or whatever the case may be. He said, I take it you seen Joy, thought I'd be the same. And so he was like, I really don't know what to think. Like, everybody done had a disappear act. We got married and y'all got ghosts. So he said, I just don't know what's going on. I can't invite none toxic, back into my life or whatever. Like, I want y'all to be around for your daughter, but I don't want to invite y'all in if y'all both all over the place or whatever. So Cecil asked, like, is she okay? Talking about Alani. And Ethic says she's okay. Would probably be better if she heard from you every day or at least once in a while. He said, I got kids. I can't imagine not knowing them. How does a man get to that point? Like, how do you have kids and you don't even check on them? Like, you don't want to know what they doing. You don't want to know where they at, if they okay, if they breathing. Like, you woke up this morning. Like, you don't want to know if your kids woke up that morning. Like, you ate. You want to make sure your kids had something to eat. I know Alani grown, but like, it's been like that her whole life. Like, you've been in and out of her life her whole life. How can you go on daily through your daily activities and not wonder about something that you created? It baffles me, honey. But let me not get too deep. But so and so he said, I remember when she was the baby and he said him and Joe was young. He said he was crazy about her. She was always the prettiest girl in the room. And he said he thought he was the luckiest man back then. He said they started partying together, smoking, and all of a sudden they went from regular to hard drugs. And I think that Alani's mom might have introduced her dad to the drugs or whatever the case may be. He said then, like, she started being like, a hot commodity around town. Like, all the guys started being interested in her and giving her, a little play. And that went from one thing to the next. And she kind of got the big head and figured out what life was like to be able to be without Cecil. She didn't need him anymore. He said they went from, partying together on the weekends. And then she started going out by herself during the weekdays. Then they saw her without him, and then they just kind of took advantage of her in the situation. So he said they had her shooting up. They took her, and she hasn't been the same since. And so Ethic was like, I mean, you lost your woman, but you ain't lose your daughter. He said, I lost Alani the night that I found out that Joy was letting grown. He was found out what Joy was letting grown men do to her. He said, I picked up my baby girl. She kept telling me that it hurt when she had to go to the bathroom. She had been saying it for months. He said he took her to the doctor and they told her that she had been, molested, that she was raped. He said he beat Joy up, as he should, because I would have beat her up too. Like, don't have my daughter all out here. I'd have beat her up too. So he said he beat her up. And I think he kind of felt bad too, because he felt like as a man, he wasn't there. And he really wasn't even there to protect Joe. He said by the time that he had to go to jail for beat her up so bad. And he said by the time he had got out, Nanny had custody of her, he just didn't know how to pick up the pieces after that. He said, and eventually it just got stay away, which is really sad, but it is what it is. So he said, well, you can't keep running for her, because the longer you stay away, the more it hurts. Like, she hasn't talked to me about it, but I can't imagine distancing. I can't imagine that the distance is helping. I'm gonna go ahead and take my Jamaican Me Happy. I was hoping that some people got on and watched live with me so that I could do the giveaway live, maybe answer a couple of questions. But I only got one faithful viewer, and whoever you are, thank you for watching. Maybe people are watching the playback and we can, go in there. But I'm gonna wrap this up in a minute. I ain't gonna hold y'all for too long. He said, oh, he just said his baby. He just like he knew that the abuse probably took a toll on her. And that's another reason. I don't know if I ever addressed in any other video, but that's the reason why Alani has like two different identities. Like she is Alani, and that's like the sweet side of her, the forgiving, the nurturing side of her. And then she has the Lanika side that don't take no shit from nobody's side. That's the Lanika side. And I think that Lanika came about because she had to build up a wall to help her to process everything that went on with her as a kid. Can you imagine being young? Because she was young. She had to have been about maybe 6, 7, 8, 9 years old. And your mother allowing grown, strange men do whatever she was allowing those strange grown men to do to her. And now she can't process it in her 7 or 8-year-old mind about what's going on. So now she got to deal with that for the rest of her life. And then you supposed to be the person who protects me. I came from your womb. I was grown in there for 9 months, and this is what you're gonna let them do to me. I can't imagine that type of trauma, that would go on. So that's why she has two different identities. One who has to deal with what she had to deal with as a kid, and one who decided to love against the odds. That's why I will always love Alani. I don't care what nobody says. I love her. Her heart is so pure. She's so sweet. She's been through so much, but she still carries that aura about herself. Like no matter what she goes through and no matter what has happened, she's still coming out on top. And I love her. So he was saying how he told her she wants to invite you to Christmas dinner. And he said, I'll send a card for you on Christmas Day at noon. Hopefully you'll show up. And so when he was leaving out of the thing, Cecil called his name like Ezra. And he turned around. He said, I don't want my daughter to hate me. He said, then do something different. So we go back to Alana. She's at home and she's in the bathroom gripping the countertop, and she with the needle in her hand. It says that she had witnessed her mother shoot up as a child, and Joe had gone from crack to heroin from heroin back to that, and just the sight of the needle was a trigger for her. And she squeezed her eyes shut and grabbed it and plunged it into her body, gritting her teeth as the drug entered inside her. She said the sound of the alarm sounded announced that Ethic was there, so she tried to hurry up and hide everything that she had. And she wrapped the needle in the paper towel and threw it in the garbage. She put her robe on and she went to meet him out of the bathroom. And it said he stopped when he saw her. The sigh that left his body made her frown. And she said, I miss you, Mr. Okafor. And he said, talk is cheap. Like, show me you miss me, boo. So she said, I really did though. And then she asked him, like, how did it go? And he told her that Ezekiel will be here, Zora and Nayer and their mom coming. And then she was like, and my parents? Because, she really do want to rekindle. Who doesn't? I don't think that a parent can do anything to a child that the child doesn't want to rekindle. I think it's like a yearning that you have for that affection or attention from your parents for something. You know what I mean? Like you always want them to come back or save you or be a parent to you. You always want it because you never had it or because it was inconsistent. Whatever the case may be, you still crave that. And so he said, Ezra, did you talk to them? And he said, I didn't, baby. And I think he told her that because he didn't want to get her hopes up. Like, I don't want to tell you that I spoke to them and I'm expecting them to come. And then they disappoint you in your grown state like they did when you was a kid. He said the address I had for them was bad. I'll try again tomorrow, but I don't want to get your hopes up. It was a lie, of course, and it was something that he tried to do as protect her. And he said, I'm sorry, Lanika. And she frowned because he hadn't called her that in months. And she said, baby, what's wrong? And then he said, I'm never letting anybody hurt you. I hope you know that you're safe here. And she said, I haven't been safe many places, Ezra. With you is one of the few. And he kissed her forehead and hugged her. And then he said, maybe this dinner is a mistake. Maybe we should just. And she said, no, Ezra, we have to for easy. I don't care if my parents come. You tried. That's all you can do. And I'm good with that. So Now we are at Christmas Eve. I might finish this on this live so that I don't have to. I could just hop right into my other book that I'm about to read. But she says, "Mo, babe, it's called mac and cheese. You just make it mac." Like, Nanny, don't come at her, Mo, with that mac and cheese. She said, "Put some more cheese in there and not all one kind. Like, go ahead and mix it up." So they in the kitchen cooking, and Alani was like, "I can help," and they're like, "Nah, go sit down. You know, your foot messed up or whatever the case may be. You keeping the eye on the twins. Like, just go ahead on. We got this." Um, and so Morgan was pouring milk in there and the mac and cheese, and Alani like, "That's too much. Like, you pouring too much. Like, we got to teach you some things." And so she said, "Your mama gonna have us eat macaroni soup and not with all that milk." And so she said, "Okay, ha ha ha. Everybody knows that Morgan can't cook. Like, y'all don't gotta keep on coming for Mo like that." And I need to wash my hands. And she burns my grilled cheese sandwiches every time. That's easy. Like, ha ha ha. We all know Mo can't cook. She burned my grilled cheese sandwiches. Like, I don't know why y'all got her here even trying to cook up no Christmas dinner, because we know she cannot cook. So she said, "Oh, you a little traitor. I thought you liked crispy edges." He said, "Yeah, crispy, not burnt." Raise your hand if you love easy. I love me some easy. And so she said, "Just because you got Alani in here, whip you up high cholesterol on a plate now, don't act brand new. Like you want to eat my burnt grilled cheese before." So she said, leave more alone, big man." And so she told him, Alani, like, "No worries, I'll make your favorite, macaroni and your seafood macaroni and cheese for you." And he told me, "Thank God." Like, at least we're gonna have something we like around this joint. And so um excuse me. Oh, so then Masari. So I think by this time, I guess Masari and Yara have to be, I want to say, anywhere between 6 and 8 months, because Masari's about to start crawling. And then she was saying how she was so excited that he was crawling. And then so Lonnie had got down on the floor with him and was like, come on, sorry, come here." And so he came and he started crawling. So everybody was so excited. And then that's when they had a discussion about Yara. And she was saying that I guess Yara moves a little slower than Masari when it comes to, the growth milestones that she's supposed to have or whatever. And while Masari was crawling, he started calling Alani Lala. So now that's her little nickname. That's their Lala now. And so she told him to come here again, crawl for mommy. He went to crawl. She's like, "Oh, my baby is crawling." And so that's when they were talking about Yali, and she was like, "Yara, Yali," but she didn't turn around. And that's because this when they found out that Yara is deaf. And she said, "Leave her alone while she's comfortable where she is, and don't rush her. She'll go at her own pace." That's one thing about motherhood, Mo. Your timing might not always be what their timing is supposed to be. You should remember that. And she said, "Yes, ma'am." And so they went to get a marker and mark on the things to see like how tall everybody is, memories and building family and things like that. And so they asked Easy asked could he go in a room to play his video game. And they told him like you should be uh resting or whatever the case may be. Oh, I'm sure because I was trying to get to the part. Uh I don't remember. I'll get there in a minute. But so Morgan was sitting down and she was talking to Alani, and Morgan finally told her that she's like, "I was kind of sort of wrong about you." And Alani said, "I was kind of sort of right about you. You just needed to know that everybody doesn't leave. Ezra wouldn't dare abandon your spoiled ass." And she said, I won't leave either, Mo." She said, "She's so far behind, I'm sorry. What if the gas from the car affected her? The doctor said that it could." Because now she's worried about, because Morgan tried to commit suicide in book 4 when she made the gas chamber or whatever the case may be. So she was thinking like maybe she's so far behind because of something that she did. And she said, "Well, we don't listen to the doctors, Mo. We listen to God. And God says that this baby would just be fine. She's made by design. She's beautiful. Yally Pop is just like her mommy. Ain't that right? Stubborn just like your mommy. And so, what did she say? So she said, "You gonna do what you want to do. Were you ready? And not a moment sooner." And she said, "Now you want me to finish this mac and cheese unless you take the credit for it." She said, "Please, because I have no idea what I'm doing." And so they said that she needed a diaper change, and because I'm trying to get to the part where I know that. Um, oh, okay. So she said Morgan hurried up the stairs and Alani turned on her crutches, but Nanny gripped her forearm and Alani paused. And that's when Nanny told Alani, like, this baby can't hear. And she said she doesn't respond like she's supposed to, Alani. She's behind, but sorry, too far behind. Those chemicals, Mo and held in the car. You need to talk to Morgan about having Yari's hearing tested. Uh, the Yari can't hear us. I know what I know. And she said, how do I tell Mo that? And then Mo walked in and said, tell me what? And she said, and she said, I think that maybe the reason that Yali is behind Masari, why she cries a lot and why she doesn't respond when you call her name. Why, Alani? Just spit it out. And she was like, I'm not a doctor, Mo, but maybe you should take her to see if to test her hearing. And she said, give me my daughter. Like, she's fine. She's perfect. She's okay. You're okay, right, Yari? You're okay. You're okay. Trying to ask her to get a response. And her eyes burned so badly. She said, you're right, Mom. She's fine. I'm tripping because Alani, of course, doesn't want to cause any more tension than they already have amongst them or whatever. But if they were mistaken, what if you're wrong? Morgan whispered. Alani, she said, Yali, baby, Yari. And of course, Yara doesn't answer. And so she said, oh my God, I did this to her. Like, it's my fault. When in actuality, it's not. Like, that's not the case may be. And so Alani told her, like, Mo, your deafness is a beautiful part of you. Like, we don't even know if she is yet. Let's just take it one step at a time, okay? And so she's like, it's so hard. She started crying. She's like, it's almost impossible, Alani, being that different. It's so quiet inside your own head that is terrifying. And we know Morgan knows what it's like to be deaf because she was all the way up until she had that corrective surgery when she was 18 years old. But that will allow Morgan to be able to help Yara understand exactly what's going on, exactly what's going on inside of her little brain. And so she said, where's her daddy, Alani? I can't do this by myself. He left me to do all of this alone. And so Alani's like, you're not by yourself. Like, we're going to help you. The doctor's office is closing to after Christmas. But we'll go first thing Thursday morning. Okay. She's like, okay. And then so Easy walk in. Come on, Easy, out of the mouth of babes. So Easy walk in like, why y'all crying? Like, what's going on here? What's the tears for? And no reason, Easy, is what Morgan said. And so she scooted closer to him, and he said, when you sing to her, does she sing, Easy? And he said, well, she signs. I signed to her. And then Morgan is like, what? Now, everybody knows sign language because, of course, they had to learn it from when Morgan was younger anyway. She said, I've never seen you do that. Why do you sign to her, big man? He said, because she's lucky like you used to be, Mo. She can't hear, so I'm teaching her the secret language, too. See what I'm saying? See how Easy just come with the simple answer like, oh, she's special like you. She got a gift just like you do. So I'll be teaching her how, you used to talk when you was a kid. And that's just it for Easy. Like, there's no more explaining. That's just it. Can y'all hear me? Because it would be so sad if I recorded this whole entire video and I can't hear. I just noticed that the volume was down. Y'all hear me? I'm going to be so mad if I was doing this and you could not hear me. Goodness great. And Alani said, well, how do you know that she can't hear, Easy? And he said, because she my lips like Mo used to sometimes watch. And so he told Yara, like, I love you. And Yara smiled and leaned to kiss Easy's lips. Ew. Now look, he said, and he signed, I love you. And Yara repeated this time the best as she could. See, Mo, she has one of God's gifts. Like Daddy said you were. He said, that's exactly what she is. And so and we're all going to be just fine. And so that's how they found out that Yall is Ray. Like, I mean, is deaf like Morgan. Um, the two listeners that I have on here, can somebody tell me if y'all can hear me? Because I'm gonna be so sad if I recorded this 40-minute live and nobody can hear me. So I'm gonna stop right here, I think, because I feel like it's just the next day, and then I'll just do my video tomorrow. But please don't forget to like, share, comment, and subscribe. Thank you guys so much for watching. I will see you guys tomorrow. Maybe not the same place, same time, but definitely the same place. Don't forget to like, share, comment, and subscribe. Hey Kennedy, come here. I'm gonna go ahead and pick a winner for my giveaway. And I think I might have to just go ahead and pick it off camera because I didn't put everybody's name in there. But I'm gonna pick it off camera, and then I'm going to Kennedy. I'm gonna have my daughter help me. I'm gonna do it right now while I'm on her, so I don't have to. Can you come here, please? Can you grab my phone? I'm going to take it off. I can't hear what you're saying. I'm going to go here and I'm going to look on my video, and I'm going to pick a winner from my InspireCon video, so that I can go ahead and pick a winner. I am so sorry, y'all. I don't even know why this is talking. Just out of order. Then there is a okay, so I'm gonna go ahead and Kennedy, pick a number between 1 and 25. 25? Okay. You gotta set a number out loud. Okay. 17. Okay, so Kennedy picked 17. So I'm gonna go scroll down here and I'm gonna find the 17th comment of InspireCon. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. Ooh, I only have so this is what I'm gonna do. I only had 16 comments. So I'm gonna do the 16th comment because that was close enough. So it says KT McKinney, McKinnnie. Keisha Banks. No, go over there. Keisha Banks is her real name. So Keisha Banks, if you're watching her, once you see this video, Keisha, I want you to you can either leave me your Cash App information on here, or you can find me on Facebook. My Facebook name is Cherie, CHERIEJU, and you can inbox me your information. So Keisha Banks, KT McKinney, you are the winner. Thank you so much for watching my channel, and thank you so much for subscribing. Once you give me your information, I will send you your Cash App prize. So once again, Keisha Banks, KT McKinney on YouTube. So again, thank you guys so much for watching, and until next time, my next milestone of subscribers, I'm trying to get to 300 subscribers. For every 100 subscribers I get, I'm definitely going to do a giveaway. So this is my second one. Of course, my goal is to have 1 million subscribers, period. But right now, I'm just going to go with 100 subscribers at a time. So thank you guys so much. Please don't forget to share my videos. The more you share, the more they see. Also, don't forget to watch them all the way to the end. I thank you guys so much for your support. So until next time, bye, my jujubes. Was you able to hear me? Was you